Call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. The regular meeting minutes from May 19th. Did everyone get to see those?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
There may be one change we may have to make on those.
What was that?
Let's see. Number item 6 about the pension commission.
Okay.
We didn't all vote for that. That motion failed.
So do you want to approve those minutes and then I can rescind that motion? Make it? I think so. Yeah.
Or we just say the motion failed. Either way.
Okay. I mean, if we can do it that way, then that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So I'll make a motion to amend the minutes to say item 6, the motion to appoint Phil Burkett, etc. Motion failed.
Correct. Okay.
And then I'll second that.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passed. Next on the agenda. Let's see. Transfer station fee schedule. Greg came to me, said it's been quite a while since the fee schedule had been updated, and in the meantime, there's been a lot of increased costs to get rid of all this waste. And he's recommending the changes to this. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I'm fine with the changes. How will we notice that? And are the prices posted somewhere at the transfer station?
I believe the prices are posted. And he'll have to update that. We can do the, put it on the town website, Facebook.
Now, is that something that just as selectmen, we make that decision?
Yes,
We do? Okay.
town ordinance.
No, I was just wondering if we have to bring it to a town meeting or something.
No,
No? Okay.
I can double check, but as far as I know, we don't have to.
Okay. I just don't remember what we did in the past.
I've had a couple people say that the prices for disposing those kind of items are changed, like from trip to trip, which I don't really understand. So I'm happy to make a motion to accept the proposed changes and have them posted clearly somewhere at the transfer station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vinny, does that sound good?
Yes, it does. It's just, we've had this discussion before. It's very hard. And it puts it on Greg or who's ever looking at the load to make a fair judgment of what it costs to dump. And I'm sure Greg does a good job at it. It's just sometime down the road, we're probably going to have to look at a scale or something.
Yeah, it is a judgment call every time.
Yeah. And I'm sure he does a good job at it. I'm not questioning his judgment. It's just that's how people feel when they,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, it does say in the ordinances that rules, regulations, fees, and permit information shall be sent to each customer of the Morris Transfer Station and Recycling Center. So I think once this goes into effect, we need to send out a flyer to everyone in town.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good way to do it anyway, hours and whatever.
Plus, I think he's done it before, and he also lists exactly what can be recycled, what can be brought in, and all that too.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Opposed? So moved. Refunds and abatements, I think we did have a couple. Let's see. for a total of $113.20.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Local traffic authority, we talked about this at the last meeting. And we really need to set up a meeting for the local traffic authority, a separate meeting. And just wondering if perhaps maybe next week might work for everyone.
Yeah, I'm good.
Maybe like a Tuesday at 4:30?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
I prefer 4:30.
That would be Tuesday the 9th at 4:30. Okay, we'll set that up.
Now, right now, Tom, I took a ride there a week from Monday. Well, maybe it was Tuesday after Labor Day or Memorial Day. And there were 2 cars parked there on the side of the entrance to go in.
Mhm.
So apparently they must have walked in, because it's closed.
Right.
So who makes a judgment call? Do the state police patrol that to see that? Or is it just when somebody has a complaint, they call in?
Generally, it's when someone has a complaint. I was asked to go down there, I think a week and a half ago or so, because of the parking on the road. And when I got there, I ended up calling the police and asking them to send a trooper down, at least to talk to the people and let them know that, they cannot park where they were parking. And the trooper did a very nice job. He did education instead of enforcement, which was really good. And it seemed to work. It hasn't been too bad since, but as the weather warms up, it may change.
Yeah.
I just noticed the other night in the Board of Finance meeting, a comment was made that somebody, the beach was closed or something, and somebody had parked in front of the gate, and it was Morris residents, and they should be allowed to do that or whatever. I don't know the exact comment, but after we got off the meeting call, I was thinking about it, and I know we're talking about ticketing at some point, and we can talk about it next week, but parking in front of the gate, I think, is never okay. That's boat access and personnel in an emergency on the lake, and fire access needs to get in there. So that should be an automatic towing, I would think. It doesn't matter if the residents are not, like, you can't block the entrance there. Right. Is that something that we should consider separately?
Well, we could consider the area there, the gate and the no parking area along the road as a tow zone, if we would like.
Okay.
All right.
We can talk about it on Tuesday.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Tuesday, the 9th at 4:30 for local traffic authority. Next on the list was town hall openings. And as you realize, the governor is allowing a little more opening of businesses and offices on June 20th. And Elena Granith from the library, going per the governor's recommendations, has created a guideline to help open up the Morris Public Library. And part of it's wearing a face mask in the building, using the hand sanitizer upon entering the library, and they'll provide that. Maintain social distancing of at least 6 feet. She wants to have a maximum number of patrons in the library to be 5. And they have a process in which to pick up books and to return books. And any returned materials, generally she quarantines them and then they sanitize them after a period of time. There are currently 3 computers there for patrons' use. She wants to limit that down to 1 computer and a 15-minute limit on the use of that computer. No extended stays are permitted. Won't be any meetings in the library. And right now, all her program has been moved to digital. And as far as the town hall goes, we've been working on some ideas on how to bring people into the town hall in a proper manner. And we're looking at a plexiglass doorway at the town clerk's office and the tax collector's office, whereby people can come up to the door by appointment to see the town clerk. She can handle the business at that doorway with the plexiglass, and same thing for the tax collector. We've also ordered a drop box that will be utilized by the town clerk and the tax collector for people that need to drop off, either payments or materials for the town clerk. That will be placed down at the lower level near the library drop box. Right now, the land use and the building inspector, they do meet people, contractors, and residents by appointment. Generally, they try to have the discussion outside, but they also utilize the large room downstairs to spread it out. People are to wear masks and try to maintain the social distancing then too. So right now, that's kind of the plan to move forward, to open up the town hall a bit more to residents, everything by appointment. Everyone here needs to wear a mask, and hopefully follow these rules and it'll work out pretty well. Currently, the library does do curbside pickup for books. They order them ahead, and the library staff gathers the books and has them waiting for the people outside. Any questions, comments, any ideas?
No,
Plexiglass door sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, Rebecca, our tax collector, kind of brought that forth. They were doing it up in Goshen, and she kind of liked that idea better than doing a kind of a movable podium in the doorway. It was a little more secure for them. So Sam from the highway crew will be working on that, I think, starting tomorrow morning.
do we have to look into having somebody sanitize stuff during the day as people leave the library, computers, countertops and stuff?
Yep, the library staff will be continuously sanitizing those areas. Same with the outside of the tax collector and town clerk's area. We have a number of bottles of the sanitizing spray available. And the cleaning service does come through 3 times a week, and the real concentration for the cleaning crew are the surfaces that need to be sanitized, all the doorknobs, the light switches, phones, everything like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, on to appointments. We had an ad out for the new treasurer. We received a number of good resumes. We ended up interviewing 7 of those people, and the interview committee was myself, Laurel, Nancy Skilton, and Chip McDonald. And of the 7, it kind of came down to 2, and decided upon, let me find his information. From Burlington. Laurel, are you there?
Richard Nicoletti.
Yes, thank you. Of course, I can't find the information right away. He's from Burlington, has a pretty good background in accounting, and the scheduling works out very well for him, the 3 days a week. He is retired and does a small business of his own from his house, and it seemed to work out for him pretty well. This would be a 2-year appointment for him. Starting, I think officially it would be starting this coming Monday. He's going to stop in here tomorrow to do some paperwork and meet with Nancy and to go over a few things, but really get started on Monday and get the ball rolling. Any questions or?
No, that's,
Hopes it works out.
yeah. Yep.
Is there maybe motion to appoint him for the 2-year term starting Monday?
Yeah, I can make that motion.
I'll second it.
It's Monday, the 15th of June.
Now, Tom, when you say a 2-year term, is this for doing a contract with him or?
Basically, his employment will be up in 2 years, and at that point, if we're satisfied with his performance, that we would continue on, probably revote for another 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. We do have an opening on the pension commission. Since Phil wasn't voted on, I guess, at the last meeting. So I don't have any candidates other than Phil. I don't know if Vinny does or Erica.
Yeah, I'll check with the ones that were interested.
Okay, for
Okay.
next meeting then?
I'll try to, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll put that off till next meeting. Correspondence, I didn't have any. I don't know if anyone else did. I had a very brief first selectmen's report. You may have read the Smoky Hollow Bridge is now open and the contractor is going to be finishing up some small details in the coming weeks. The town crew is working on the drainage on Smoky Hollow Road and they expect to be done in the next few weeks. After that, at a certain point, that road will be reclaimed and paved, probably later this summer, maybe later this month or probably in July. Highway crews also wrapped up the East Shore drainage, and the asphalt patching will take place in the coming weeks once the gravel has a chance to settle down in those areas. They're also prepping the roads for chip seal by patching and crack sealing. Following roads will be chip sealed: Burgess, East Chestnut, Esters, Farnham, Kenyon, Woodward, Memorial Park, John Wyke, and the far end of Slab Meadow that wasn't repaved.
East Chestnut?
There's a very little bit there
Really? Oh, okay.
up top of the reservoir.
Yeah.
We've begun the process of applying for reimbursement from FEMA for all the COVID-19 related costs to the town. Hopefully we see at least 75%, 80% reimbursement, if not 100, which would be nice. And the town budget was approved by the Board of Finance with a 1.42 mil reduction, and which set the mill rate at 25.17, down from 26.59. That's all I had for Selectmen's report. I don't see any public comments. Anything on the Selectmen's report?
I had a question on the budget.
Yes.
On the raises, Tom.
Yep.
The non-union people,
Yes.
did they get raises?
I believe they got, most of them got the same
The
as,
2.25%?
Yes.
That's the highway? Yeah. Okay.
We decided as a board a few weeks ago, remember?
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if they did. You know, I've been kind of tied up with stuff and
Yeah.
the ones that didn't get a raise would be building inspector, myself. I don't believe the Board of Selectmen got a raise. I cannot remember.
Yeah. well, that's fine.
Tax collector did not get a raise. The treasurer did not get a raise. But I think some of the part-time people.
How come the tax collector and the treasurer and elected people didn't get a raise? Is that what?
I didn't put in for a raise.
Okay.
I don't know if they would have considered it anyways, but I didn't feel it was right.
Okay. I know the building inspector, understand that one.
Yep.
The tax collector and the treasurer, is that because we switched the salary to appointed, or the terms of employment to appointed?
Possibly. The tax collector didn't put any amount in for a raise and it just stayed as it was last year. So perhaps next year we could take a look at that. And the treasurer, it's, the person can make more money
Right.
by reducing their hours. But right now, I believe we're at 20 hours a week salary for that person. So it is what it is. I think it ends up being about $35 an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else? I'll check the email one more time. And I can also, I see we have one person out there who may want to speak. Is there someone there?
Hey, Tom, John McKenna.
Hi, John.
Hey,
I kinda
John.
recognize
Hi,
him.
Erica.
Any
I have
comments?
nothing to say.
Okay.
I have nothing to say other than the bridge looks fantastic, Tom.
They did do a nice job. Really came together. They stayed within the budget, which was nice. And I gotta say, working with the engineering crew, Malone McBroom, Eric Wilson was the chief engineer, and working with Black and Warner was a pleasure. And they did a great job.
They were nice guys. Are nice guys.
All right, it is 7:20. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make the
Anyway,
motion.
I'll second it.
So Erica made it, Vinnie seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thanks, John.
Good night, guys.